I tell the story, and our members have heard it often. I tell the story, but it fits right here. Tell your neighbor it fits right here. There was a young lady who had a baby, and her father came to stay with her a little while, and he was so excited about his grandbaby. He wanted to keep the baby and look after the baby, and perhaps give the mother a break whereby she could, get some things done around the house that she didn't have a chance to do when she didn't have any help. So the father, he's in there watching the baby while the mother is in the kitchen cooking, and the baby starts to cry, and the mother hears the baby crying, so she stops what she's doing, and she goes into the room where the baby is. But on the way in, she notices that the baby stops crying. And when she gets in the room where the baby, her father is, she looks and sees the father holding the baby, sitting in the rocking chair, rocking. And she said, "Daddy, don't pick him up like that. You're spoiling him. He's going to have to learn to cry one day. You can't pick him up every time he cries, because he's going to become spoiled. He's got to learn some things, and I'm trying. So don't pick him up every time he cries. So put him back in the bed." So the daddy put the baby back down, and the mother went on back in the kitchen and began cooking. And then about 10 minutes later, the baby starts to cry again. And the same scenario. She goes into the bedroom where the father is. The father's in there holding the baby, rocking. And she said, "Daddy, listen, I'm not going to tell you anymore. Don't hold this baby. Put the baby down in the cradle, okay? He'll be all right." So the father reluctantly put the baby down, and the mother went on back in the kitchen and began cooking. And then for a while, she didn't hear the baby crying anymore. And she was wondering, why didn't the baby cry? Because she know her baby. And she knows that at certain time, after certain lengths of time, the baby will start to cry. But the baby didn't cry. So she rushes into the room to see what's going on. And when she gets in the room, she looks in the room and notices that the father, watch this, has gotten over in the cradle with the baby. And he's holding the baby in the cradle, rocking the baby. She said, "Daddy, what did I tell you?" The daddy said, "Well, listen, you told me not to take the baby out of the cradle, but you didn't tell me I couldn't get in the cradle with the baby." Oh my God, it's time to shout right there. Because listen, if God won't keep me from trouble, and when I get in trouble, if God won't deliver me out of the trouble, what he will do, did you hear what I said? What he will do is get over in the trouble with me. He'll come to where I am and put his arms of loving protection around me and just rock me in a weary land. He'll hold me. He'll comfort me. He'll strengthen me right there in the midst of my trouble. And watch this, while I'm in the trouble, I don't feel the trouble. I don't see the trouble. I have peace with God and peace in God, because